Okay, so back to this. So we're going into martial arts, and we're going into automation, and then under automation, there's going to be a record called My School. So you want to give that a click. So this is kind of broken into three sections. This top section is for mail merge stuff. So what you want to do here is fill out like your school name. So I'm not going to actually fill this all out, but you would fill out, the head instructor, or the, whoever would be at the bottom of a letterhead. But this is or at the bottom of a letter. what this is for, what this is for is we've got emails and pre-written letters that will refer back to the school's name, the school address, the website, all this information in here, phone number. So rather than you going through all these emails, going through all these letters and changing them to have your information in it, you can just fill this in, and those letters know to grab the information from here. So if you plan on using those emails and letters, definitely fill out this top section. So this attendance scanning ranges. I'm going to give you a brief overview of this. You'll probably end up revisiting this when you actually go to set up attendance. Um, but what these settings are for is something called Perfect Scan. And if any of you were mass users, it's the same as Attendance Smart. And what it is the program that you'll use to actually scan the students in. Um, so whether you're using a barcode scanner or RFID, typing in their name or their number, it has to be done while class is running. So you got a class running, you can tell it when someone scans in, oh, look 30 minutes in the future for a class. Um, they scan in, look 15 minutes in the back. So it's kind of the window. Someone scans in, it looks for a class that they're allowed to be in 30 minutes ahead, 15 minutes in the past. And then here it's just saying, well, how many times can they scan in a row? And this is more just a precaution, so people don't scan in twice in a row by mistake. Um, so this 15 minutes is probably fine on this one, but these two you may want to adjust. Um, and to the right here are some settings for attendance as well. So allow makeup classes means if someone scans in, if the software can't find either a class that they're eligible for or they meet the criteria for, um, it'll still give them an attendance just so you know in the system that they were there, but it won't really be for anything. It'll just be like they were here, but I don't know what they were doing. Um, then the smart scanning by rank and by age. Towards the end of this class, we'll set up some classes, and you'll see that we say they're for a certain rank and an age group and a style. So you can tell the system, rather than actually going in there and assigning people to classes, you can just tell the system lots of information about the students and about the classes. So when someone scans in, they know where they belong. So this is kind of saying, how do you want it to do that? You could just use one or the other or both. So smart scanning by rank, you'll set up your class for, say, white to orange. So if a yellow belt scans in, plop them in there. Um, or maybe everything is mixed as far as belts go, but age is what matters. So a 12-year-old scans in, it's like, okay, this is a youth class running over here. It'll know to put them there. Um, or you can use both. Maybe you have youth high belt classes and youth low belt classes. But yeah. Now if you're a school that runs classes on more than one floor at the same time, you can see how this, maybe someone is eligible for more than one. And if that ever happens, right here, this manual event selection takes care of that. So it says only select for multiple events. So if I scan in and I could be training on either floor, it will prompt me. So you'll get a big pop-up. If you got a touch screen, they could just tap the screen and select which class they're coming in for. Front staff member would just click which one they're going into, however that happens. But yeah, we'll prompt you. All right, so the last section in here, this ratings, we'll revisit, but what this is for is it's an attendance rating. So in the top left-hand corner here, we have this little tool, Update Student Ratings. And what that does is scans the last 30 days, and then it will um, give people an ABC or non-active rating based on their attendance. So here's where you set up what you consider ABC and non-active. So it's just a tool to easily see when people's attendances are starting to drop, and you can have them show up on reports. You can show up on have emails go to them when they hit C, stuff like that. So you just want to make sure that these settings match what you consider good or bad attendance. Okay, so I'm going to get out of there and move on to style.